Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about Disney park announcements,
New flower and garden merch,
and everything you need to know about the 70th anniversary. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 169.
Welcome back as always, everybody.
Welcome back. We are here. We have survived another week of this crazy life we live.
Yeah.
Allergies are in full force for us. We're getting full-on spring weather here in Sacramento.
I know, everything's blooming.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I like it, but my body doesn't.
I know.
Because I'm waking up with headaches, and my throat is scratchy, my eyes itch, and so I am on all the allergy meds I can be on that won't kill me.
Oh dear.
I'm like, what can I humanly take? What can I take and not hurt myself? But no, it's like the Flonase and the Allegra, and that honestly makes me feel half human. It's not even fully taking it away. So anyways, if you know Sacramento, we have really bad allergy seasons, and they last a long time, unfortunately. Just because things are always blooming pretty much year round. We really don't have, we maybe have a month where things are dead and not growing.
I know, it's crazy. I feel like spring, even though it hasn't officially hit, I feel like it's already here.
It's
because
here, yeah.
The days, right now, it's going to be 70 something?
70 degrees today.
70 degrees today. And then in a few days, it's going to be raining in low to mid 50s for a week.
Yeah.
So,
which I think, so it's abnormal for us.
Yeah.
Usually once it's it turns warm, it's warm. Or once it turns cold, that means it's rainy season. The flip-flopping doesn't happen a lot here, but I feel like that's what spring's supposed to be
It's supposed to be, and I really love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's just really weird for us because we don't get that flip-floppiness.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's a little weather update from us.
Yeah.
Turn into a meteorologist session there. But it was a normal week for us. A lot of work, again, both working and taking care of a little one.
Planted more flowers.
Went
awesome.
and did a restock or whatever. I think we bought some and then realized there's a lot more room in that box thing that you bought.
The planter, yeah.
And so we went and filled that up more. It's fun.
It's been great, honestly.
Maddie's having a blast. She has her own little watering can now.
So cute.
So that was a purchase this weekend.
Yeah.
And so she's going to be watering out there by herself.
She loves it.
I'm going to send her out and be like, go water those plants, girl. Yes. And before I forget, we were on another podcast. The episode comes out on Monday, March 10th. So the same day that this comes out, Adventures and Mousecapades.
Yes.
Our friends, the Novak fam. We were on their show. I was going to say on their episode. On their show. Talking about going to Disneyland with a little one. Yeah, Disney in general. We talked about the cruise and going to Disneyland with a kid and what that's like and how it's different from when we were going by ourselves.
We had a blast. It was so great to talk to, and it was awesome.
It was a really good time. We were chatting back and forth. I'm pretty sure they can claim that they are residents of the Disney Treasure with how many trips they've got planned.
I know.
I am so jealous, but they just went on the Disney Treasure. They have an episode out about that. It just made us more pumped for our trip. And then again, they are living the Disney dream. They're going all the time. And again, they've got enough days on there where they can tell the IRS we are residents of the Disney Treasure. I'm wondering if that has tax implications so they can save some money there. Just an idea, guys. But anyways, had a blast there. So go check that out. We'll link it go to Instagram.
Yeah, we'll link it over there on stories.
All the info will be over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the let's get into the news and stuff.
Let's do it.
But before we do, we have a Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support is where you can find more information on that and ways to support the show. We've got some, exclusive episodes over there and posts and some fun articles and just stuff, again, that hopefully you find valuable. And again, you can directly support the show with $5 a month. Again, like I mentioned, less than a cup of coffee these days. Also, consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, both a huge help to the show. On Apple Podcasts, you can do a written review and a 5-star rating. And over on Spotify, you can leave it to a 5-star rating. All right, you know what that cash register sound means. It is time to spend some money over in Shop the Mouse with Market House fam time.
Okay.
Thanks for joining me on that one.
Yeah, let's redo it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Shop the Mouse with Market House. Okay.
You guys, it's been a while. We're back.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I feel like we've still been buying merch, but we just haven't really been talking about it.
Yeah, it's silent merch purchasing. Caitlin likes to keep it on the low end or like the down low so I don't hear about it. But no, let's talk about what you have on the list here. Both seem pretty similar.
Yes.
And both are pretty awesome.
Yes, I have to say so myself. So both, if you haven't noticed, the Flower and Garden Festival over in Epcot is in full swing. This is one of our favorite festivals of, I would say, both parks.
I would say if not our favorite.
I think so.
Yeah, it is a
100%.
really good festival.
This is the first time, again, for this festival, they always release like Orange Bird merch. Sometimes there's like Figment stuff, but this year the merch is absolutely adorable. So I wanted to mention two things I thought that we should highlight because I just think they're adorable. And I also just really want to add them to my personal collection. So first up, we have the Orange Bird Loungefly for the, as I mentioned, the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. This little backpack is literally the cutest thing ever. What I really love about it is it's not like a traditional Loungefly backpack. It doesn't have the zipper in the front pocket, which is the small one. It has like this flap that buttons down. I don't even know how you would describe this backpack, but I feel like it's just a little more, not picnicky, but just more like adventure-y.
Yeah, it looks like an adventure bag.
Right?
Like grab it and go on a hike.
Yeah.
It's
like,
fun, but also a fun hike.
Yeah. And it has
not a serious one.
It has Orange Bird all over it. It has this little thing that says peelin' happy instead of feelin' happy. I just think it's so cute. And there's like little rainbows on it and there's flowers. And since this is the 30th anniversary of the festival, it does note that on the back, which I think is really awesome.
Fun.
This is going to be a little bit more expensive. This is going to be $90. And I did want to mention, I've noticed recently at the parks and on the Disney store that the Loungefly prices have gone up. They're $100 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I do have a question though. Aren't they more expensive online than in the parks? Like, so if it's $90 online, is it sometimes like $80 or $85 at the parks? Like, isn't there's a price difference?
Sometimes, but that's very random.
Oh, okay.
On which ones. The ones I've seen on there, all of the Loungeflies listed on the Disney store are all $100.
Oh my gosh.
Other than this one. So again, I know that obviously that sometimes when they have a festival exclusive bag come out, I get that that's why that would be more expensive, but there's some sequence ones that are $100 on there. So I don't know if that's the trend. They're going up to 100, but if it is, that's a lot.
That's wild.
Lastly, we have, which is my personal favorite, we have some Orange Bird Loungefly ears. These are probably some of the cutest ears I have ever seen when it comes to a Loungefly exclusive. One of the ears has the Orange Bird head. The other one is in the orange, but it's in shape of the Epcot ball. And then there's like a flower in the middle with like little leaves. It's so cute.
Yeah, right when you saw these, it was an instant, Caleb, look at these.
Yes. And
So,
again,
on the list.
I love that these are Loungefly, has the Loungefly sign on the side. And then on the back, it's kind of noting that the 30th anniversary of the festival. So these are great. Also very expensive, $44.99. Again, you guys all know this. If you watch the Disney store, give it a few weeks. They will go on sale. I don't think that they sell these at Disneyland, right? Because sometimes they bring festival stuff over.
I don't think they're instantly there, right? Eventually they make their way over?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Not always. If you guys are at Disneyland and you see them, definitely let me know. But they are obviously in Epcot and Disney World, so check them out.
Yeah, and they've always got some kind of sale on the website, right? Like it's always like 20% off to $75 or more.
Yes.
So yeah, you can stack some stuff.
And they just dropped on the website, so I would literally check in the next few weeks. They'll be on sale. So
sweet, good choices. I'm a fan of both. I don't know if we're going to be buying both anytime soon, but I like them both.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is some Disney news. There is a ton to get through, so we thought we'd make it the main thing, so our episode doesn't run into 2-hour territory. So let's get into it. A couple of big things happened this last week. One is South by Southwest. That's down in Austin, Texas every year. I had a friend that's gone a couple times, which I was very jealous. I've never been. Looks like a great dealio they got going on there. It's been a long time, but this is a kind of a platform for a lot of companies to highlight things that are coming up in the new year. So you've got anywhere from, you've got Facebook down there and Microsoft and Disney and consumer brands. Everyone is down there kind of showing off some stuff that's coming out. So let's talk about Disney's presentations. I know Josh D'Amaro was down there and Alan Bergman, both co-chairman of Disney's experience. His title's
Parks and Experiences?
Yeah,
or just
Parks
Experiences.
Something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. He's got a very long title. But down there, highlighting some stuff that's coming, they did highlight new Cars Land concept art in a video showing testing for the new attraction. So this is the new attraction that's going to be replacing the Rivers of America over in Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Kind of controversial. A lot of people are very, very upset that they're ripping out this iconic part of the park for a new land. I sympathize with that. I understand. But at the same time, Disney's always changing, so I don't know. It's one of those rough things.
I'm assuming it's going to look great at the end of the day.
I think so.
Yeah.
So they did show some concept art. It looks pretty intense. I mean, they showed them, those like off-road mule type, not ATVs, but like UTVs, like
yeah.
that you have on the farm kind of thing. They had those, and they're test driving this track. It's like straight up hilly, rocky.
No way.
Like it looks pretty intense. So
That's awesome.
I don't know if it's going to be. Thought it was going to be kind of like Indiana Jones, how they can raise and lower that ride vehicle.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to mimic being off road. This looks legit like you will be off road.
That's
in a
exciting.
Sense. So I don't know. It looks pretty cool. The concept art for the ride vehicles looks pretty good. I don't know. I'm excited. Again, very, very, very early stages, so not much going on, but it looks decent.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Star Wars BDX droids. These are these cute little droids that were seen walking around Disneyland not too long ago. And they're fun. They're not super advanced, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. But they just kind of walk around and interact with people, and they can kind of dance and do little things.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
They will be featured at Walt Disney World, Tokyo Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris later this year.
Was that the one that Babu Freak was on top of?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're going to be going around the parks, and I think just going to be in addition to not all those parks have what's it called? Galaxy's Edge.
No.
So just Tomorrowland then? What sense does that make?
I have no idea.
Okay. So anyways, they'll be featured in these parks over the next year. They also will be featured in the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So they'll be in that movie as well.
Wow.
That's kind of fun.
Pedro Pascal
No. Himself. And again, I think most people know this, but he actually hasn't been in the suit for a long time.
Since like the first season,
the first season.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's been a voice acting job for him for 3 seasons now or something like that.
I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, you don't see him.
He's getting paid the big bucks. The least he can do is throw on a suit.
I mean, it's Pedro Pascal. He doesn't need to do that anymore.
I know. He's big. He's big now. Smuggler's Run is getting a new storyline. Finally. It will debut on May 22nd, 2026, the same day as Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters.
That's a fun little twist.
There's been rumors for a long time of a new storyline scene deal, and we're finally getting one. Also, Disney shared a rendering of what the Monsters, Inc. attraction is going to look like, and it looks pretty awesome.
You guys, this is something, if you haven't seen it, definitely go on Instagram. It's literally everywhere right now. The new attraction. So first of all, when I originally thought that they're going to be doing a ride concept of when you're on the door and like Mike and Sully are going through like the door factory, if you must, I thought, okay, they're not going to really make it like that. No, they're legit. You are getting on the floor into this little ride vehicle, lifted up into the air and taken through literally like what Mike and Sully did to go get Randall and Boo.
Yes.
That is just, it's mind-blowing to me. I'm so excited for this ride.
It's like mind-blowing and also terrifying because I cannot believe that it can lift that much weight. Like it's just bizarre and crazy that that track can move.
Right.
And then you can move forward. So it looks really good. It's the first vertical lift attraction at Disney, I know for sure. I don't know if that's ever or at Disney specifically.
Yeah, so you basically it's one of like the seat coasters where they kind of like, the seats are separated and you get on, you sit down, they lift you straight up, and then they take you toward like this like, what is it called? Like a little hole to like the factory.
I don't know. I don't think it's called a hole to the
and
factory.
And they literally like turn you around to go through that hole. So I'm just so excited.
Yeah, it looks very good. It's the first, like Caitlin mentioned, suspended roller coaster. I think that's what you're trying to say. So you get in your seat and your legs
like
and your legs dangle. Yes.
I feel like when your legs dangle, that automatically adds like 10 points to like the fear.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little surprised because I always connect. And that's my own problem, maybe. I always connect like those kind of thrill suspended roller coaster type attractions to a Six Flags, right? Kind of more like thrill amusement parky.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that ride vehicle is making its way to Disney. I don't know why it feels less themed to me, but I don't know.
See, I'm so excited.
I'm not saying I'm not excited. I'm just saying it's just odd to me.
I'm over here like, take the floor out of all the rides. Like I want my thing to dangle.
No, because you do love Six Flags
the thrill.
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, not even that. I honestly don't really like Six Flags at all.
You used to.
We used to. Gosh, remember when we used to go like?
We used to have season passes.
Yeah. There's just something with the thrill aspect of that. Like imagine if Incredicoaster didn't have that and your feet were dangling, how scary that would be.
Caitlin, it's true.
I know.
It's a very scary ride. Also, they showed more of the Stark Flight Lab attraction. This is the crazy Tony Stark.
Yikes.
I don't know, man. So they showed more of it. And it's just, again, it like solidified my original opinion, which there's no way I'm getting on this thing. It looks like a throw up nightmare.
Yeah, again, I think people for motion sickness, it's not the best idea, but hey, if you can take some Dramamine or you got the stomach for it, definitely check it out.
It's kind of neat. Okay, so if follow me with this one, if you originally saw, if you saw the original announcement back at D23,
Yeah.
they showed like the arm, and it looks kind of fun, right? Like the arm itself is very, I think people think it's novel. I've seen them. I'm not the only one that have seen them all around like industry, right? Like car factories use them now. I toured the Jelly Belly factory for a work thing in the Bay Area. And they use them for like loading up the Jelly Bellies onto pallets and stuff. It's just they're all over the place. So they're really leaning into like the novel, like it's an arm and it moves you around.
I feel like
it's not that exciting.
I feel like they're at the state fair too.
The arm things?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like remember like the robot bartenders? Those are arms too.
But
I just kind of like me.
When you say it like that, though, when they go from doing drinks and cocktails to Jelly Bellies to actual humans, like that's pretty impressive.
I guess.
But I don't know. It's just the thing that I see when I look at this ride concept is I'm like, okay, this looks like a state fair ride. But again, it's not even about that. It's more of like I'm literally just counting it out for us personally because we are so motion sick when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's not even an option. Like there's no way.
So we'll watch people do it and ask them how they think.
Yeah, which I'm sure it's going to be great for people who love that kind of stuff because definitely when you're talking about thrill, that looks terrifying.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Finally, Disney announced a meet and greet experience for Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Gribb, and Herbie after the Fantastic Four releases this summer.
I'm excited for that movie. I don't know what the deal is with people.
I don't know. People like to hate on stuff. It looks pretty good in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer looks good. The what do you call it? The movie poster looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's really retro.
Love it.
So I'm digging it. I like it. I think it's going to be good. So the meet and greet, all the characters are going to be available for meet and greet at the parks.
Yeah.
So that is it for that one.
That portion. Let's get into the big one because Disney has released the 70th anniversary updates and there is quite a few things to go over.
There's a full-on guide to the 70th anniversary at the Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
This is what we're going off of. They released this a few days ago as of the recording of this episode. So let's go through it. Again, most of it was repeat stuff we already know.
Yes.
All we know, they released 70th stuff a long time ago, but added some new additions and some new updates that are worth mentioning. So let's go through it. I try to make it as succinct as possible and not just repeated information. Let's go through it today. So World of Color Happiness, that's the new show for the 70th over there in DCA, will feature songs from Boys to Men and Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums. I think Fitz is going solo. Okay. Is this a person's real name or is it their stage name?
It's probably a stage name.
I want to name my kid Fitz. If we have another child, Fitz is the name, yeah.
Okay.
Or Fritz.
Is that like a cracker?
Fritz von Grachtenberg.
I'm thinking of Ritz.
No, Ritz.
Well, I like Ritz. The Ritz crackers. I'm super excited for this show. As I mentioned before when we talked about this originally, the whole concept of happiness and being happy, I think it's going to be really great. And I love all of the IP that they're going to be adding to the show. It's not like the normal World of Color one and the OG World of Color. There's new scenes and new movies that they're going to be incorporating. So that's really exciting.
Yeah. Also, they'll be featuring the Muppets, which automatically gets a 10 out of 10.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think it's going to be a great show. So let's move on to Wondrous Journeys, Paint the Night, and Better Together, a Pixar PAL celebration, that little cavalcade over in DCA.
Yeah.
We'll all be returning for the 70th. We knew this already, but I think it's worth mentioning. Again, Paint the Night is coming back, folks. That is the best nighttime show ever.
I think it's going to be night 1 on May 17th from what I've seen on Instagram.
Okay, that didn't get delayed. Oh, no. It was the Walt thing got delayed.
The Walt, there's a ton of stuff that got delayed.
That's true.
Paint the Night is for sure. As of now, as of this recording, it is going to be on May 17th.
Okay.
Unless there's high winds or something. They're like, we're done. Sorry.
Guys, the floats are going to blow over. Tapestry of Happiness. What is with the happy?
I love it.
They're really, really leaning into happy.
Because people need to be happy.
Okay.
We're done with everything. We're
That's
gotta be
true.
happy.
The last couple weeks we need some happiness.
We need some happiness.
The news is scary.
Okay, well.
Tapestry of Happiness will be a new projection show at It's a Small World inspired by the work of Mary Blair. Looks fun. I love the projection shows over in It's a Small World. It's a good people eater.
Yeah.
And the fact that it gets people over there and away from other attractions. So I'm all for it. The more entertainment, the better. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. They released some more details about the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade in Disneyland. It will feature characters like Goofy and Max in their new 70th attire. Also, Duffy and Shelly May.
This is big news.
Big
honestly.
news. So the people over in the Asian parks. So like in Hong Kong, Tokyo,
Or Shanghai.
and Shanghai. These characters are the biggest thing on Earth. And sorry, I can't forget Alani.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes. So these characters are huge over there. We don't see them much in Disneyland. Duffy used to be a recurring character meet and greet.
Yes.
They've since taken him away, right? We don't get Duffy anymore.
No, not for anything.
Yeah, we used to.
I think they sell him like randomly in the parks
Yeah.
as a stuffed animal.
But there's a meet and greet right there next to, I mean, at the time it was Ariel's Grotto. Now it is Lamplight Lounge.
Mhm.
There used to be a meet and greet right there because I'd always walk past and be like, what's this generic looking bear? Like, is it Build-A-Bear
I
or
don't even
something?
remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But anyways, they are making an appearance in Disneyland, so that's a big deal for fans of that character. They also released concept art for the 70th decorations that will be featured throughout the resort. This is where it gets a little exciting, in my opinion.
Yes. And again, for those who have not seen this article or have not seen the concept art, definitely check out Disney Parks blog because they have all of this listed with all of the pictures that are associated about what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
'Kay.
Okay. Number one, there's a 50-foot sculpture inspired by Sleeping Beauty Castle that's going to be right in the middle of the Esplanade. Got mixed feelings on this. They did this for the Pixar Fest.
Mhm.
It was ugly. It was not good.
It was more of an eyesore, I feel like. And again, I know a lot of people complained about the sides of the Pixar Fest, what is it called? Structure.
Yeah.
Because it was literally like built up so people couldn't like crawl on it.
That's
and
going to be
get
the
on
same
top of
thing
it.
here.
But I feel like that almost takes away. But again, I'm not saying that Disney shouldn't do that. They most definitely should because people are people. But I feel like it almost takes away from the structure.
Yeah.
Because,
It feels like not really a picture opportunity if it's so high.
right. Exactly. Yeah. But again, I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do with it.
It looks better than the Pixar one.
Definitely.
But still, the concept of it doesn't work for me because, like you said, it's raised. It doesn't feel like you can really see it in a picture well.
Mhm.
And then also, they are more of an eyesore. Like the style they're going for is a little like odd. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have to admit, though, what I noticed with the 70th celebration decorations, the colors are more like, I would say, Sleeping Beauty. So they're really deep royal blues. There's very like deep pinks.
Just purpley
and purples.
Right.
Like literally, if you think of Sleeping Beauty, like the colors associated with that movie, that's literally what the 70th is, in my opinion.
Okay.
So a lot of that is incorporated into this structure. It's a lot of those colors. I think there's a lot of golds as well. Did you see that?
I think so.
Okay.
I've got a short-term memory thing. I don't remember what I ate
Dory.
just 5 minutes ago. You have a short-term memory thing. 70th signs are going to be featured throughout the entire resort. Right after the turnstiles, where usually the flower Mickey is highlighted right there. There's going to be a big 70th medallion deal there.
That actually looks really good.
It does look really
Yeah.
good. In Town Square, there's going to be a big structure. And then in Downtown Disney, there'll be one that features Ariel. That looks really good.
Which part of me is like, is it only going to be that one with Ariel, or are they just saying that they're going to have multiple characters?
I think multiple. They're just using that one as an example. Yeah, they don't want to give everything away. And then, of course, the big 70th medallion on the castle, just like they've done for the 50th, 60th,
mhm.
and now the 70th. And there's ones before. We didn't start with 50. I don't know why I started with 50.
Well, we only attended the 50th.
That's true.
I mean, we might have done the 40th, but we don't remember it.
I didn't. No, the first time I went to the parks was at the 50th, 2005.
Oh, okay.
For Disneyland.
I don't think I was. I mean, if I did, I don't know. I can do math.
Let's do the math real quick. So anyways, yes, those are the ones we've experienced. They've all been great. This one, yeah, we'll get into it actually in a second. Carthay Circle in California Adventure is also getting a little 70th love. They're getting lights and projections to celebrate the anniversary.
Which, if you have been at Disneyland recently or upcoming, you will notice that Carthay Circle is completely under construction right now. So I'm assuming they're getting ready for that prep.
I believe so. It's going to have some decorations on there as well. So I think they're doing all that right now. Some kind of other news that this doesn't feel very 70th. I don't know why they included it in the guide to 70th.
Okay.
But they're adding Miguel and Dante to It's a Small World.
So excited for that.
I'm very excited, but it's not, I don't know. It doesn't feel very 70th.
I think it's maybe just a flash of like, hey, we're doing this for the 70th. It's another like little sprinkle in.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm excited. The scene's also going to feature a marigold bridge.
Oh my
it looks
gosh.
very pretty.
How exciting.
So this will be available day one when it opens back up on April 25th.
Nice.
So
before the 70th.
Yeah.
Nice.
In about a month. Finally, Toy Story Midway Mania is getting some 70th anniversary additions to the games. Looks very minor, just some little 70th things you can hit, some targets. But it's fun. I love the additions when they can into the attractions, mine as well. So what do you think about the 70th anniversary? What are your opinions? I feel like it's exciting. I feel like maybe it's a little toned down from previous celebrations, but I'm all for it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm mostly excited for Paint the Night returning. Again, I'm excited for the decor. I'm honestly really excited to see what they do with the 70th, because right now I think it's a lot of like, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming. But until like it's actually here and you've seen like, okay, this is actually what they're doing, not what they're saying they're going to do, I'm looking forward to that moment because like you mentioned, the Walt, the new animatronic and show coming to Disneyland, that got pushed out like super far into the
3
summer.
months, right? Yeah.
So it's like little things like that where I'm like, once everything is there and we're able to see like, okay, this is everything laid out, I think that's when I'll be super excited.
Yes, I should know this. I should totally know this. Do we know how long? I think it's a year and a half of celebration, right? So
I
it
believe
starts May of 2025.
And I think it goes through 26.
It goes to the end of 26.
I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in this, we got to figure this stuff out. One last thing and then we'll get out of here. But like, we are most likely, I'm not going to say for sure, most likely not renewing our passes when they come up in May of 25.
Yes, because when you already have an existing pass, if you renew, your date starts over that day. It doesn't get pushed out. So normally when you purchase Magic Keys for the first time, your pass doesn't start until you literally walk through the park. So let's say I bought them today, but we didn't go until May. Our pass wouldn't start until May 1st kind of thing. If you already have one and you renew it, it literally starts again on that day. We don't go through this in the summertime anymore because it's too hot.
Yeah, way too warm. So we don't even like entertain going until Halloween season.
Right. So
and
it'd be silly to renew it.
Yeah, total waste. And then also we have talked about in previous episodes, the math is starting to break down on it basically doesn't make sense for our family in our current situation. So we used to go gung-ho all the time, 5-6 trips a year. Totally made sense then, would still make sense today. But as we have a child now and reduce our trip count, basically going 2-3 times a year, the math starts to like, it might work out.
Which I don't know why Disney's doing that.
I don't know.
It's
It starts to really break down. And then I'm like, well, I really don't want to commit all that money if we're not going to really take advantage of it. So we're in this weird dilemma of like, what do we do? So where was I getting with that? Yes, the 70th. I want to make sure we get back though.
For sure.
We have a big trip coming in the beginning of 2026. So we're going to do that. And then maybe mid 26, the end, we'll hit up Disneyland again.
Well, sure. Well, we're definitely going for the 70th. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming spring.
I don't like having a clock though. I don't like having to like, ooh, I got to get there.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right. Maybe we'll go like 8 times.
8?
Yeah. 8 times.
I don't want to go 6 times, but I want to go 8. Oh my gosh. No.
Just kidding.
Maddie would be like, absolutely not.
Editing Caleb here. The 70th anniversary, in fact, does not run through the end of 2026. It ends in the summer of 2026. So starts in May of 25 and runs through the summer of 2026. So we got that one wrong. It looks like we'll be going to the parks a little earlier than expected. Okay, so we'll get into this for another episode, but there's just countless articles and stuff coming out about the affordability of Disney.
You guys, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And I'm really bummed, I think, for a lot of families because it's just expensive to live in general now. This has been a trend for the last few years, I would say. But right now you've got, at least in California, gas is insane and groceries just keep getting more expensive and just everything in life, rent and mortgages and stuff, the cost of living is insane. So just to add on top of that, your favorite vacation destinations continuing to outpace inflation and get very expensive is just upsetting. So at the end of the day, it's just getting more expensive to get to the parks, and that's just a bummer for, I think, most people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to end on a negative note.
No.
Let's end with happiness.
Happiness Cavalcade.
Happiness Cavalcade.
In the parades. And you guys, and as I mentioned, Paint the Night.
It's coming
back.
I know. And Wondrous Journey's a fantastic show.
So good.
Really good music. So
I know.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Both are a huge help to the show. We have a Patreon. Join us over there if you are interested. MarketHousePodcast.com/support is where you can find more info on that. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link and use code MarketHouse10 to save an additional $10 on your vacation. They've also announced some 70th discounts, so go over there and buy your tickets and buy your hotel. Buy the hotel or rent it.
Buy the whole thing.
Buy the whole thing. Why not?
Building.
Join us next week for another episode. It's been fun. It's been grand. It's been filled with happiness, cavalcades,
And Paint the Night.
and Paint the Night. Bye!